Hey everyone, welcome back. Here we are, new day, two new lures. But first, these are not the focus. What I want to try out today is Silver Holographic Pigment. This is from Alpha Pigments. Uh, Ordered this about a week ago, just arrived in the mail. I only got the 1 gram, and that's about 1 gram of pigment right there. So, first thought, this pigment is just absolutely insane. Just a little bit of twist in the light, and it's going through all the colors. So, what we're going to do, pre-coat a couple of lures. Alpha Pigments recommends black as a base coat. But I'm curious what white's going to look like. So we're going to do both. And I think what we'll do next is we'll go through the mixing process to get it ready for an airbrush. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this 4050 gloss, as well as some reducer. Put some in the cup. Start with a little bit, and we can always add more after. Open up the pigment. Let's make sure I don't get it everywhere. Okay. No real science here. Let's start with that. Mix it in, see what happens. I'm excited. This is going to be good. Just to be clear, Alpha Pigments does not know I'm doing this video. They didn't ask me. I didn't ask them. I paid for the product, but I'm kind of just curious on how it goes. All right, a little bit goes a long way. We'll just try a couple of drops. So the consistency I'm going for is if I drag it up the side, how long does it take for it to come back down? I've mentioned before, the consistency I'm looking for is like how long it would take for milk to come back down. Just kind of leave a bit of a streak, but most of the solids come down with it. So we're not quite there yet. So we'll focus on the black one first. I just use a golden carbon black. The white is just a golden titanium white. So in the brush, and we'll just spray it the way we normally spray everything else. Okay, first pass, we can already start to see that color change happening. That's cool. Let's keep going. Okay, so first impression is this is about 4 layers on right now. I probably could have stopped 2 and been quite happy with it, but what I'm finding is the more layers that I'm spraying on, almost the deeper, more reflective it gets. So even though the black is pretty much covered, it's just getting more holographic. That's neat. So as far as sprayability goes, there's a decent amount of tip dry. I mean, I had the pressure turned up to, what's that, about 25, 30 right now. Again, just a little flick off the end there, and it's good to go again. Like, this stuff sprays surprisingly well, a lot better than I thought it would through an airbrush. All right. So we have our black, we have our white. It's pretty obvious which one I think was which. We have black here and white here in case it isn't. Cleaned up pretty well. You know, the airbrush cleaned quite easily. I am going to change my gloves though before I start touching my face and have to start answering all the tough questions to my wife. So, be right back. Just a side note, I think I read on their website somewhere that this is safe to use in like candles, has a pretty high melting point. So as far as putting the heat gun on it, zero concerns. It turned out, well, completely unaffected. So that still looks good. Let's toss a couple of easy paint jobs on these. don't want to go too detailed because I still want to keep that nice holograph coming through. Okay, some sepia along the back. Some transparent yellow iron oxide. Some transparent black. Sorry, use some golden teal. Sprayed along the back, down the sides a little bit, and on the eyes. Some transparent yellow. Switched up a bit, use some transparent blue. Into the KBS we go. Here's our final lures. We have our sexy tiger pattern. That sounds weird. I don't know. That one on the white base. Now on the white base, let's get there you go. You can still see there's some color shift going on. Comes up through the colors. It's a little more subtle than on the black base. On the black base, it's crazy how much those colors pop. Right through those other colors. Pretty much right up until that really solid sepia color, which I wasn't expecting any holographic to come through. I gotta admit, I'm impressed. For a spray-on pigment, it did a really good job. If you want, we can compare it against like a holographic tape, which is in the side of this lure. I'm not even sure if it's a fair comparison. This is a bunch of little particles all stacked up on top of each other that are throwing off refracted light. And this is one solid piece of tape, which is going to throw off more light, or bounce off more light. But I don't know. I kind of like the subtleness of this a little more, and how it comes through in the colors. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I'm curious to hear what you have to think. Give him a shot. I think if you're looking for something to kind of add to your arsenal of paints and pigments and inks, whatever else you use, I'd say this is a pretty viable option. They also have tons of other stuff that I'm actually pretty curious to try as well. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and have a great weekend. Bye.